You have been tracking the wrong scoreboard. Not because you are stupid, not because you are naive, because nobody showed you the real one. They handed you a fake scoreboard on your first day. Work hard, meet your deadlines, deliver quality work, and then watched you optimize for it, while the actual game ran on entirely different metrics right next to you. The fake scoreboard is not wrong. It is just incomplete, and incomplete information in a competitive environment does not keep you neutral. It puts you at a systematic disadvantage against everyone who already knows the real rules. Organizations need compliant, productive employees, and the most effective way to produce compliant, productive employees is to give them a simple, measurable framework and tell them that framework is the whole game. The people who advance fastest inside organizations are almost never the people who optimized hardest for the fake scoreboard. They are the people who figured out that there is a second layer to the game. Category 1 on the real scoreboard is contribution visibility. Not whether you contributed, whether the right people know specifically what you contributed. Your manager is not keeping a spreadsheet of your outputs. They are maintaining a feeling, a vague impressionistic sense of what you do and how much it matters. And that feeling gets assembled from fragments. Your actual work is not automatically converting into that feeling. You have to convert it. Every piece of work you complete that goes unreported is work the organization does not have a record of, and work without a record does not exist in the only database that matters. Oh, two people do identical quality work. One sends a brief weekly update. 3 lines, no fluff, just what was done and what it produced. The other assumes their work speaks for itself. 6 months later, when a decision gets made, one of them is a clear picture, one of them is a blur. Category 2 is trust capital. Not whether people like you, whether people trust you. These are completely different things, and conflating them is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Trust capital is built from one source: consistency between what you say and what you do over time. That is it. Trust is not assessed directly. Trust gets assessed in a specific moment. The moment a decision needs to be made about whether to include you, recommend you, or protect you. In that moment, the person making the decision runs a rapid internal calculation. Have I seen this person follow through? Have I seen them handle something when it went wrong? Do I have enough positive experience of this person to stake something on them? Category 3 is room presence. And this is the one nobody talks about because it is the hardest to see and the hardest to build. Room presence is not about being in the room. It is about whether your name gets said in rooms you are not in. Room presence is built through 2 mechanisms. First, making your work visible to people above and around your immediate manager, not to go around anyone, to exist independently of any single relationship. Category 4 is work attachment. In organizations, your reputation is not just built from what you produce, it is built from what you are associated with. Now, what this means in practice, is that the projects you choose to work on or allow yourself to be associated with matter as much as how well you do the work. High visibility projects with institutional support are worth more than quietly excellent work on something nobody cares about. Category 5 is the one that separates people who get promoted from people who get appreciated. Risk reduction. Every manager is managing upward risk. They need to be able to predict the behavior and output of the people under them. They need to know that if they put you on something, you will not create a problem they have to clean up. The professionals who advance fastest are not always the most creative or the most intelligent. They are the ones who make the lives of people above them easier, and more predictable. Become the answer to someone's anxiety, and you become indispensable. Become indispensable, and you become protected. Become protected, and you have just rewritten your position in the institutional hierarchy without changing your job title. Now that you can see all 5 categories, here is how you actually use this. You do not need to optimize all 5 simultaneously from day one. You need to identify which categories you are currently scoring lowest on and make targeted adjustments. If your contribution visibility is low, start sending the update. 3 lines, once a week, to the people who make decisions, not a performance, a record. If your trust capital is low, audit your follow through. Find the places where you say you will do things and then do not, or where you go quiet when you should be communicating. Fix the leak. If your room presence is low, identify one person above your immediate manager who does not currently know your name and find a legitimate professional reason to change that. One interaction, one specific positive impression. Build from there. If your work attachment score is low, look honestly at what you are currently associated with. Is it the right work? Work that has institutional attention, senior visibility, and a clear success trajectory? If not, ask yourself one question. What is the highest visibility project currently running in this organization? And is there a legitimate reason for me to be near it? Well, if your risk reduction score is low, teens, run this audit. In the last 30 days, how many times did your manager find out about a problem from someone other than you? That number is your surprise rate. And your surprise rate is the single most accurate measure of how much institutional anxiety you are currently generating. Every surprise you could have flagged first is a withdrawal from the trust account. Every problem you flag before it becomes someone else's problem is a deposit. Start tracking the number, then start reducing it. Here's the honest closing. You were not passed over because you were not good enough. You were not ignored because you were forgettable. You were evaluated on a scoreboard you did not know existed. The scoreboard is visible now. Contribution and visibility, trust capital, room presence, work attachment, risk reduction. These are the 5 numbers that determine your career, more than any performance review, any deadline met, any quality of work delivered. The system does not change because you now understand it, but you do. And a clear-eyed professional who can see the real scoreboard is a fundamentally different kind of player than one who cannot. Subscribe if this changed how you see the game, and send this to someone who is working hard and wondering why it is not translating. I will see you in the next one.